Salute and peace to all my subscribers and followers. Today, we are going to be looking at New York gangs and graffiti, starting with the 1940s to the late 1980s. We begin in Harlem 1948 with the Gypsies gang member marking their turf with a paintbrush and paint. We then go to the Bronx, New York in 1965, where we see that the unknown sinners have left their mark. And then somewhere around in New York City 1972, we see kids posing for a photo with young hobo lords graffiti in the background. Next up, the Bronx, New York. Handball courts of Millbrook houses in the 1970s with the Cypress Bachelors representing. Then we go to Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York, where in the 1970s the Brooklyn Saints are letting everyone know they are the killers. We then return to the Bronx, New York 1970s, where the Ghetto Brothers, 19th Division, marked the rocks with their name. Also in the 70s, Bronx, New York, the Reapers Bronx marked their turf to let everyone know this is Reapers territory. We return to Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York in the 70s, where the Brooklyn Saints pose for a photo inside an abandoned building with graffiti on the walls. Back to the Bronx, New York once again, where the Black Magic Entertainment and Imperial Bachelors make peace, and behind them, you see Scotsman Lord's graffiti in 1973. While still in the Bronx, New York 1970s, we are inside the Javelins Clubhouse. Check out the artwork on their walls. And now in Manhattan, New York 1970s, we see the Hellified Sisters amongst the other graffiti tags. While in the Bronx, New York 1970s, we are inside the Seven Immortals Clubhouse. Check out the tags in the walls. We return back to Spanish Harlem in Manhattan, New York 1974, where the Baby Kings are sitting with a young samurai's graffiti tag behind them. Then back in the Bronx, New York 1970s, the Young Bachelors also let everyone know this was Bachelors territory. Then we go to Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York, mid-70s, where Jay Dukes, wearing his red and gray Dukes gang sweater, poses for a photo with his graffiti on the wall. While in Brooklyn, we go to Sunset Park, mid to late 70s, where the Turban Saints are now letting everyone know who the 3rd Avenue Killers are. Back in the Bronx, New York, we see 2 members of the Outlaw Makers posing for a photo with their graffiti in the background in the 70s. Also in the Bronx, New York 1970s, we see a Savage Skulls tag amongst the other graffiti. Now in Queens, New York, late 70s, we see members of the Latin Soul Brothers posing for a photo with their graffiti in the background. We return to El Barrio in Manhattan, New York 1977. The Imperial Spartans pose with Puerto Rican pride graffiti on their walls. Now, to Brooklyn, New York, once again, 1970s, where a Devil's Rebels gang member poses for a photo with graffiti behind him. While in Brooklyn, New York, we go to Williamsburg, where a Dukes gang member is putting up his tag in the 70s. Then back to Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York, late 70s, where the Assassinators pose for a group photo with their graffiti on the walls. Next up, we go to the Bronx, New York, also in the late 70s, where we see Savage Nomads graffiti by DSR, the living legend. Now we head out of state to Hartford, Connecticut in the early 80s, where the Ghetto Brothers, Connecticut Division President Benny Gonzalez, rest in peace, stands in front of their graffiti to let others know this is Ghetto Brothers turf. We return to Sunset Park, Brooklyn once again in the late 70s, where Assassinators gang members pose for a photo and behind them their gang graffiti takes over the wall. While in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York 1982, check out this flyer for a hip-hop jam hosted by the Masateros Street Gang. Peep the graffiti style. Now we head to East New York, Brooklyn, where our Crazy Homicides gang member poses in front of his gang's graffiti in the late 70s. Then we head over to the Lower East Side, Manhattan, New York in the 80s, where the Ludlow Kings graffiti is visible in the background. Now back to Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York 1980s, where the Group Street Gang pose in front of their graffiti patches on the wall. Now we travel down to Hollywood, Florida, where a division of the Hartford, Connecticut Block Boys pose in unity behind their gang graffiti. And lastly, we return to the Lower East Side in Manhattan, New York, late 80s, where Satan's Sinners Nomads, President Cochise kneels in front of his club's artwork. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe or follow. Hit the like or heart button, comment, and share this video with your peoples. Some of the images are courtesy of Donna, Svennevik, Clayton, Patterson, Jay Dukes, Rene, Gelpi, and Erbism. Thank you and peace.